hospitality and how nicely they've treated us, and you're just such wonderful friends. Thank you. There's Ellen, she's been so kind to us, and I don't know following her with her words. I could not be so elegant. And these two ladies over here are really my friends, Valerie Otten and Christy Newton. Christy just had a new baby and came back 2 days ago to be here at this event. And they planned this big party for us. And I don't know what we'd do without you guys. That was great. And all the Elings family that came, you'll see I have 3 grandchildren. They'll be here in a little while. They're taking naps right now. And there are a couple people that I would like to thank also that have been really loving and supporting for Virgil and I, and that's Jill Ballard. Jill, where are you?
Hi.
Virgil's partner, Jill. And my partner of 11 years, Eric Wolf. Eric, where are you?
Hey.
I don't know what we would have done these years. Virgil and I were together 31 years and have been friends for 50 years, excluding a couple years there. This is so thrilling to me. I like this concept that's going on in this building. Normally a professor comes to the university, they're assigned a lab, and they have that lab until they die. And Nano Center, Science Center, they're going to get a lab for 5 years and then they move on to something else. So there'll be a lot of opportunities for newer people to come in to do their research. And so that, I really liked that idea. And the big question, I don't know, I grew up in Iowa, and until I was 10 years old, I did not have any running water in my house or inside plumbing. And people ask me, why would you give this gift to the university? One friend said, well, you could buy a fancy house in Montecito. I said, yeah, I could, but that doesn't seem like such an appropriate use of my money. And I was very involved in digital until Virgil and I separated. And we were one big happy family when I was there. And I love a lot of these people. And so this is the best thing to do. And I'm really proud that I'm able to do that, thanks to your efforts at Digital. There was one employee, I tried to get Michael to read this, but Michael wouldn't read it. So I'm going to take a few words, because I never have read something that captured Virgil's spirit so much. This is Mark Reed Wendman. Some of you know him from VI. And he had a blog. You guys know what a blog is. I never knew what a blog is, but I saw this on the internet. And this is what he said. As typical, I tend to post on what I have known or had some connection to. I worked for Virgil directly as a grunt engineer during my nanotech process and device development and scanning microscope nanogrowths for some 6 years. The best scientist, businessman I ever met or had the pleasure of working for, bar none. Pragmatic and down to earth to a fault. Don't ship till it works. You don't know anything until it works completely, i.e. don't exaggerate incremental partial successes, and don't be prematurely content till it is done. Competitively and thoughtful like few others. Hated business BS puffery that did not contribute to profits. Saw and understood and lived the imperative of healthy, ongoing, innovative inventing and patenting, and taught many to understand this. The old R&D magazine editorial of his, Invent or Die for Technology, Startups and Ventures, was tempered with the sage understanding of don't just patent willy-nilly, but do so strategically. He rarely wanted to patent or mere speculation of what's saying, and yet he licensed when strategic and worthwhile too. Oh, and read the patent literature profusely. Asked, how the heck can you invent? File cabinet drawers full of patents of competitors. This imperative of reading profusely is lost among so many as to divide common sense, but he made up for the other weaknesses in spades. Best of all is Virgil's priceless wit. Sly, mischievous smile, we all know that one, and sage guidance of many folks over the years. There was an interesting anecdote about a dartboard in his sister's chair in his office next to a restored motorcycle. In days during the transition to the acquisition by the new acquiring firm, that was priceless and remains true to this very day. Darts, eh? Or will that be a sales forecast one, Eduardo? I'll give you darts instead. Yet Virgil knew the imperative of a vigorous competitive sales staff and hired one of the best in the sales business. To those who love motorcycles, Virgil always had bikes that he just completely restored, or that he had just completed restoration of in the company building, and always one or two parked in his office. He raced competitively in a classic bike race circuit, often with his son Jeff, and his collection of superbly restored, historically significant, mostly racing motorcycles can be seen in the Solvay Motorcycle Museum. What a guy, I tell you, brilliant beyond compare, in spite at times as a well-known gruff outward demeanor, a heart of gold inside, and one of the most productive applied technologists I have ever seen. And success in applied technology innovation is the true litmus test of brilliance, far beyond theory alone or half-completed development out of commercial realm. Virgil is the real deal, one in a million. Under Virgil's sage leadership, the speed that digital instruments innovated at could blind you if you bothered to look. They innovated successfully enough to both capture and retain 50% of worldwide SPM microscope market share. Moreover, this invention machine achieved doing the unthinkable. A U.S. firm owning the majority of SPM instrument market inside Japan due to the unparalleled reputation the instruments and company brought into the worldwide scientific community. Virgil is the real McCoy. Yes, that was the best capturing that I ever heard, Virgil. And I think you that know him will think that also. And I just have one little story that I wanted to tell. I know I'm going a long time, but somebody said, well, you get a lot of money, you can speak for a little while. So bear with me, Henry. This is a story that I told about when we donated money to the Elings Hall Center, and they had the dedication. This is a story about our son Jeff. People that heard it there were a few people that were there. But when Jeff was in 6th grade, he got a surfboard. And he would go off on take his surfboard to the beach and try to surf. And he'd try that a lot. One day he came up running home and he ran into the kitchen and he said, Mom, that lady was right. That lady was right. I said, what lady? He said, that lady. I said, what lady was that, Jeff? And he said, that lady that came to 5th grade at Yaya Valley. I said, well, what was she right about? And he said, well, she said that the reason why children do drugs and alcohol is because they don't have a real good feeling for things, and this makes them feel good. And that when you achieve something that you really feel good about, that you get a natural high. And he said, I just got on my surfboard and stood up for the first time. I have the biggest natural high. And I can tell you, I have a very big natural high because all you guys are here, the people that I love and share my life with. Thank you.